Is the show we're talking about, arriving late and all that, is that at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee?
Ding, ding, ding.
20,000 fans there. It's February 3rd, 1989. It winds up airing on the main event too. It's going to be shown live on NBC. It does an 11.6 rating. Jesse and Vince are on the call, and they go 22 minutes. This pretty iconic match in wrestling history. Hogan and Savage against the Bossman and Akeem. Really the second main event, but what a big deal this is. And I know sometimes people confuse the two. Saturday night's main event was a much different animal than the main event. The main event is, yes, still on NBC, but it's in prime time. It's a lot of exposure for this Akeem character here, is it not?
Everybody on it. It
Yeah.
was, it was a hell of a night, but that was the center, man. That was the center story, Twin Towers against the Mega Powers. And this was going to be the explosion of the Mega Powers, where finally you're going to see that hard divide. This was it. This was the last. This was all odds can take. Can't take no more. And Randy Savage just went back there and turned Bluto around and nailed him with the belt.
But it's a big opportunity and a great
huge. I'll give you a tidbit on that match, or not on that match, on the very end of that show. And I think it's edited out because I threw such a hissy fit, a very unprofessional hissy fit, was that because I was also producing and running around backstage. So I had a wireless headset, and I'm trying to get guys where they need to be and get other guys out of where they need to be. And the last scene where Hogan is coming down the hallway looking for Savage, there's Brother Love with a headset on. Okay, bye. All this way. And when I heard it made air, nobody told me that night. When I heard it made air, oh my God, that was the only argument I ever had with Dick Ebersol.
Really?
Yeah, I was. Well, they fucked up the scene in the infirmary by sending Beefcake too soon.
Yeah, and Hogan asking for the kids out down.
Well, that's on Hogan, but that's on Dick too. They should have kept him up to time the whole way. But sent Brutus too soon, and then at the end of the thing, not telling me where they were going, and instead I thought I had plenty of time, and I've got a headset on. I can talk to you, Dick. I was a little upset, but hey, that's all. I don't even know if it's still on there. I'm gonna go look.
Well, something that we're glad is still on there is George Gray's head, because this match before the big fall apart backstage of the Mega Powers, George goes to bounce off the ropes and he winds up falling completely to the outside between the second and the third rope. It is a scary looking bump. When you're watching this, do you remember thinking, "Oh God, I hope he's okay"?
Yes.
That's a brutal looking spot there.
Dude, that was a holy shit spot. But it's made even more holier and more shittier by the fact that, that's 400 pounds going through there.
Yes, fast.
Very fast. And it was a holy cow, man. Is he all right? And not having the technology and the wherewithal and communication that we have now to know, is he okay? We got to know. And sure enough, he's back up, and yeah, I'm okay. I don't want to do that again. Anybody got any fried bologna? I like that grilled bologna.
The Twin Towers are going to go on and find some success. They're going to defeat the Rockers at WrestleMania 5, and Akeem has one of the sickest, nastiest clotheslines you've ever seen on Shawn Michaels. One of my highlights of that show. They would go on, being the Twin Towers, to work a lot with Demolition during the summer, challenging for those tag straps. And at SummerSlam, it winds up being the Twin Towers teaming with Andre the Giant to take on Demolition and Jim Duggan. Akeem winds up taking the pinfall loss from Duggan. Man, This has been quite the successful run. I mean, he's on a lot of the pay-per-views. He's rubbing shoulders with top talent, whether it's Hulk Hogan or Randy Savage or Andre the Giant. What do you think Andre thought of George? Like you've told us before, Andre was not really high on the Big John Studd opportunity. What did he think about working with Gang?
He knew Gang from day one. So he helped Gang. He helped Gang become a giant. He helped Gang become a monster. And he liked the country bumpkin Gang. You also have to remember that was back in the early years of territory. Andre wasn't there all the time. Gang was, whether it be in the Carolinas or Florida, Mid-South. Gang would take the time to go to Andre, and Andre would take the time to talk to Gang about what he could do better. So he liked Gang. Again, Gang's one of those guys you'd be hard pressed to find someone say, no, he's an asshole. It's just not. He's just kind of an easygoing guy, wants to live his life and move on. You know what I mean? It's just he want and he truly believe. I truly believe this. That I think he truly wants you to live your life and be the very best it can be. For everybody. He's just a kind of a warm person.
Akeem is scheduled to be a big part of the Survivor Series 89 team with Boss Man Rick Martel and the Honky Tonk Man. They're going to call themselves the Enforcers, taking on the Dream Team of Dusty Rhodes, Brutus Beefcake, the Red Rooster, and Tito Santana. But instead, Akeem winds up being replaced by Bad News Brown. Any idea what happened there? Do you recall?
I don't, other than I want to say that it was a spot. The other team had Jake on it, right?
It was Dusty, Brutus, Red Rooster, and Tito. No Jake.
Then I don't know, because I know there was a period where we put Bad News in place because we wanted him with Jake. Well, so I do not remember on that one at all. Sorry.
I know it happened on a lot of house shows, but I really wish we would have gotten the American Dream versus the African Dream on pay-per-view. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson here to tell you a little more about what AdFreeShows.com is all about. Get early, ad-free access to more than a dozen of your favorite wrestling podcasts every single week, starting at just $9. That's less than 20 cents an episode each month. And yes, you can listen to them all directly through Apple Podcasts or your regular podcast apps. How easy is that? Ad-Free Shows also has thousands of hours worth of bonus content and docuseries like Title Chase, Eric Fires Back, Conversations with Conrad, and The Insiders. Plus new series like The Book with David Crockett, Monday Mailbags with Mike Chioda and Nick Patrick, and a whole lot more. And you want to talk about early? You can't get any earlier than listening to the shows live. You can be a part of the live studio audience as we record the podcast. Plus, ride shotgun alongside your favorite childhood heroes for live watch-alongs, Q&As, and other interactive experiences every single month. Come on now, see for yourself what thousands of other wrestling fans from around the world have discovered, that AdFreeShows.com is the best value in wrestling. Check it out today, and hey, when you do, the first week is completely free. AdFreeShows.com.